I want to now jump onto a little myth busting and throw a couple of common questions that we get to you. And if you can just tell us if this is true or false, and you can elaborate on that as well. So, stress ruins your fertility?
Yeah, okay, that's a big myth. When we talk about stress, it's the way we're dealing with stress. And if you feel like you're not dealing with stress, then that's not necessarily decreasing your ability to get pregnant or to have good fertility outcomes, but it's not good for your mental health. And we really should be, putting in some strategies to help you deal with that. But yeah, I guess physical part of it, there's no good evidence to say that stress decreases our fertility.
Another one is fertility should be proactive, not reactive.
Yes, this is a good one. I think it differs from person to person, personally. I think if we're looking at someone who knows that they want to have a family, they are 100% set on it. They're in their mid-30s, but they don't want that to happen for another 4 or 5 years. Then yes, we need to be proactive, because we know that if we're trying to start a family for the first time at 40 years old and we don't have any eggs in the freezer, we haven't thought about fertility yet, that's going to be really difficult for that person. In saying that, if that's a risk that person is happy to take, then they're happy to take it. But I think the key is making sure that people are informed. Yep. So that women are informed about what is happening in their body, and the fact that our ability to fall pregnant naturally does decrease over time. In saying that, I started IVF when I was 29. So it is 100% not if you start trying to have kids early, you're going to have kids early and you won't need IVF. So that's, my IVF journey has been very reactive. It's so horrible. And I've had a few friends that this has happened to where, they haven't thought about it. They haven't researched it. It hasn't been talked about, and they've got to their late 30s and they really want a family, and it's been so difficult. And they wish that they'd had a bit more information in their early 30s, and they had sort of put a few things in place so that they wouldn't have that disappointment later on. Yeah.
It's so sad, because that's the most common thing you hear, unfortunately. And I think it really comes down to education, and we're not really taught these things when we're younger on our options. Like in school, we're told how not to have a baby, not if you're struggling, this is what you need to look at, or even getting an AMH test is, even though it's not 100% accurate, it's just a bit of a guide, but just things like that, not understanding our fertility at all until we're in a position where it's like, oh my gosh, it might be too late now. So yeah, it's a hard one. I've got two more, which are a bit wild, but as a pharmacist, I guess people do ask this question as well. Yeah. Do hormones make you gain weight?
Yes and no. So the hormones themselves aren't making you stack on pounds. But I said before, if you were doing vigorous exercise before your cycle stop, the hormones absolutely cause bloating and water retention, and that is all transient. But you're feeling crappy, you can't exercise, you tend to eat a little bit more because you're feeling crappy, and that feels good. So it is so common for people going through IVF and egg freezing processes to put on weight. But no, the hormones themselves and the medications themselves don't make you put on weight.
Well, thank you for clearing that up. And our last one is, you can't drink coffee during IVF treatment.
Yes. So I get this all the time. That's incorrect. We don't want to be overindulging on coffee. So the safe amount is 200 milligrams a day, which is 1 to 2 coffees. And that's helpful for our egg quality. What we're doing when we're talking about our nutrition and caffeine, things like that, is making sure that, and alcohol and smoking are the 2 big ones, that making sure that our egg quality is really strong. A bad quality egg is never going to become a baby if it's not mature and won't fertilize, and then if it doesn't then grow to become a 5-day embryo, it's useless.
Thank you so much. That has been so insightful, and I know a lot of women will take so much away from this, so thank you, Amy, for sharing your knowledge. It's amazing. And I guess if anyone would like to learn more, you can follow Preserve Her and Emily Health on social media. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been so wonderful. As I said, it's been a passion project of mine to make sure that, people have all of the information available and that they feel really informed going into these things. Because I think that, if you feel informed and in control, your ability to deal with the highs and the lows of this is so much better. Yeah.
And I think that's why platforms like both of ours exist, because they're things that we felt we didn't have when we were going through treatment. So it's really good to lean on these support networks. And yeah, so thank you again. It's been amazing.
Thank you.